This video app review is brought to you by the iPhoneAppReview.com.
What's up, everybody? This is Luke Patrick with the iPhoneAppReview.com. Today we are slinging out yet another video review, this time taking a look at an application called Zombie Games that is on my Springboard ready to go, or the Zombie Games, I guess is a better way to phrase it. And this application is available for free until I believe September 4th is when it will jump up to actually 99 cents for the first tier of gameplay. So still not terribly much to ask there, though the game, of course, at the moment is free. So with that in mind, we're going to go ahead and boot this up and kind of just show you how it goes. Of course, I was just playing and I died, so the score report that you saw just there was from that. Here's the main menu. It's got a very sort of rough, kind of arcadey look, but then again, we aren't totally opposed to it. It's very sort of reminiscent of some of the larger sort of arcade games we used to play in, you know, pizza parlors and things like that. Of course, I'm going to go ahead and turn down music and sound effects just so that it's a little bit easier to hear me. We're kind of narcissistic like that. There is a tutorial if you'd like to play through that. It'll show you how to actually play the game. But as for us, we're just going to jump into it and then show you how to actually do this. So, and give it just a second, and the game will boot up, and here we go. Actually, no, it didn't. Sorry, that's my fault. As far as the iPod that I'm using has not quite been the same since the latest software update, so it does occasionally kind of bomb on apps. So let's try this again, and it should be much smoother. The basic idea behind this application, just to give a sort of window into it, is that it is a zombie survival game. So that means that you'll be running around smacking zombies, shooting them, and generally trying to live as long as possible. Along the way, you will be earning points for doing so, collecting various weapons, other items, etc., etc. Generally speaking, just living and thriving in an otherwise inhospitable land as it's full of zombies. So we're going to go ahead and just pick up the ammo here. So as you can see, the basic idea is that you do, in fact, wander around and then beat zombies to death, although I guess they're already dead. We like this a lot, and we also like the top-down appearance of the game itself. It looks quite nice. And the controls themselves, we should mention very quickly, are extremely simple to use. For instance, I've got two joysticks, one for aiming. If I had any guns to use at the moment, I could do that. One for moving, and then basically everything else on the screen, you simply tap. So for instance, as I'm wandering about trying to find various other things to use, I can basically tap anything on the screen to actually activate it. So for whacking people with what appears to be a cricket bat. By the way, the main character of this game, I've forgotten his name, but I believe, actually I don't remember what his name is at all, but he looks exactly like Boris Johnson, the current mayor of London, which is sort of entertaining. So essentially you direct Boris around the map, whacking the various zombies, of which there are 5 different varieties that will appear in various horde waves. To effectively beat them back, you will need to manage all of the various elements that are included. So, for instance, guns, the cricket bat that I appear to be using, etc., etc. And when it gets dark, you'll need to use the flashlight. You'll need to, generally speaking, just do well with what you're given and then wander around to actually find additional materials to use. So, for instance, I don't have any guns at the moment, which is sort of a pain. So, not very fun there. Let's go ahead and go back and keep going. So as far as the graphics, as you can see, it's not the world's most graceful graphics set. Then again, does it need to be, considering it's a zombie bashing game? In our opinion, no, doesn't need to be. And you know, the graphics themselves look fine, especially considering the richness and complexity that's included in the game. So for instance, the 5 various zombie types that are included, out of those, you know, the richness that's afforded by that is actually quite nice, especially when you get into higher levels and you start playing with various other game elements, including guns. It's really quite a rich environment to be playing in, and then of course you do have the draw of just trying to beat your general high score, so that's a nice addition as well. So in terms of graphics, don't bother us, I guess is really what we're saying here, at least not in any real sense. We're going to go ahead and boot up the tutorial really quick just to kind of show you how this works. But overall, you know, we liked this. We liked it a lot. It's a lot of fun. It's an entertaining game. And if you're into the sort of zombie style survival kind of arcade game, especially with the arcade side of that, then there's really no reason in the world not to give this a go. Of course, the moment it is free. It won't always be, but it will eventually be 99 cents for the first tier of gameplay, which is hardly a steep price to pay at all, in our opinion. For that, you'll get a mountain of content, and overall, you'll get a fun experience, which to us is a boon of the highest order. So, that is all we have to say about it. At this point, I'm going to go ahead and sign out, but we will see you guys later. Bye.